All right, then. I think we are live, aren't we? Let's see. Are we live? Okay, I think we are live. All right, then. Let's just confirm one more time with our friends on Instagram and see if we are live. Okay, let's see. Okay. Okay. I believe we are live. Fabulous. Fabulous. Can you confirm at your end if we're live? Can you confirm on Instagram if we're live, please? Huh? Oh, fantastic. Beautiful. Okay. All right, then. All the technicalities are taken care of. Hello and good evening. It's time for another edition of the On Air Book Club right here uh, on the Dynamite Podcast Network. I need to get used to saying that. So, the Dynamite Podcast Network is so many different podcasts all rolled into one space, one network. And there's so much content out there that we've been delivering back to back that we've had to put it all together. The On Air Book Club, however, is a program that has stood the test of time, starting from a live radio program on Inspiration FM and then spinning off into a podcast on DPN. Today, we have an amazing author that we're going to be speaking with. Now, it's one of those episodes where we dive into an intriguing book. And we're going to be speaking with a very brilliant mind today. As the host, I am really especially looking forward to finding out from the author about the title, which is Too Much. Too Much is the title of the book we are looking into today, and the author, Omolayo Olufayo, is with us as well. Now, she is a multifaceted individual, excelling in various fields as a writer and novelist. She's authored two successful works of literature: YOLO, that's You Only Live Once, and Too Much. Now, currently, she is still in school. She is studying English, and she's been balancing her academics with her passion for writing. I'm really, really happy to have her with us online. Hello, Omolayo. Hello, hello, hello.
Hello. Hello, Ron. It's lovely to see you. Nice
Great
to you. Thank you
speaking
for
with you.
having me.
You are so welcome. Did I get the surname right? I did, yes?
Yes, yes, Olufayo Omolayo. Yeah,
All right.
correct.
So it's one thing to have an idea for a book, it's another thing to actually put pen to paper and get it published. You need to let us in on the story. How did you start writing and eventually get published? Talk to us about that.
All right. So the story came as a result of many encounters I've had with ladies, guys that talk about insecurities they have, some knowingly, some unknowingly. And actually, it was a research. I did a research on beauty standards around the world in December, January, when I joined a competition on LinkedIn. It was an inter-school competition. So I did not actually get in. I didn't get into that competition, but that created a desire in me to talk about insecurities. And I observed that even the most beautiful people have something in their body that they feel doesn't look perfect. It doesn't look perfect. And where is this comparison coming from? That was my question. Like, what's the standard? What's the meaning of the word beauty? What does beauty mean to everyone? And it struck me that our beauty standards are just placed on the same pedestal with social media celebrities, Barbie dolls, for example. So yeah, that was what really, really interested me in like going into this story.
How
Yes.
long did it take you to put everything together?
Okay, I started in January. Actually, I just wrote one chapter. I
Okay.
wrote one chapter and dropped it. Then
Mm.
in May, it was in May that I really got so interested in writing. So
All
I
right.
think altogether it's not up to
About
I
6 months, about 5 or 6 months
yeah,
then.
yes,
All
yeah.
right then. So we're gonna dive into this book and we're gonna see what we can do to dissect the what I like to call the thematic preoccupation. That's a big English for exactly
Okay,
what you're talking about here. Let's talk about I've mentioned the title already when I was
okay,
introducing you. And the title is Too Much. All right.
yeah.
So how do you settle on this title?
Okay. The title is like two is double dimensional because too much. I got the idea from you people. There's always somebody that thinks you are too short. There's always somebody that thinks you are too tall. I have two friends actually. One is very short, like she's about four. She's not up to 5 foot at all, 5 feet at all. Then I have another person that is like really tall, and both of them feel so insecure about their heights. The one that feels too tall, she's like, I'm too tall. The one that is short feels she's too short. I've met people that feel they are too fat, too thin, too. So I just came about too much. You are just to that person, you are too much. And then another side of it is that you, for those that really want to live in the standard of definition of beauty, like the world standard of beauty, they end up doing too much. They go into Botox, body um, modifications, the liposuctions, and all of that.
Mm.
So that's how I came about the title.
Too much. Now it's too much could go both ways. You
Yeah.
could use too much to talk about the extremes. You could
Hmm.
also use too much to talk about how amazing the person is without going through the extremes. Um,
Yeah.
so it's a very interesting title, I have to say. Well done with
Yeah.
that. But then let's talk about the main character, Dala. Darla is a character that's really rich. She has a really rich backstory. She has some really deep insecurities.
Hmm.
Now, a lot of authors sort of mirror someone that they know, someone in their past, someone in their environment when they think of
Yeah.
a character for their stories. So, what inspired her?
Okay. I would say my experiences in some of my experiences in secondary school, because I to an extent, I think I was bullied. And then there were some other people, though the bullying didn't get across to me because I really have tough skin. But there were some other people that it really shaped their perception about their body image, some names that they were called, maybe they were too fat or something, and somebody just called them a name and it just stuck with them. And um, working as I've worked as a fashion designer as well, and I'm still in the craft. So when I want to take body measurements, I hear ladies talk about um it's not even fine. My body is too like my butt is just flat. This part is just looking this, and all of that just shaped into the story that the character Dala. I don't I don't know any particular person Dala. I just think she's an embodiment of many characters that I've met in my life.
Mm. So the themes of body positivity, body image issues, peer pressure, the
Mhm.
quest for self acceptance. They jump out at you when you go through the pages of this particular piece. But there's also the issue of, should I call it peer pressure? Her friend,
Mm.
Darla's friend, there's a major contrast between
Queen.
herself and
Yeah,
her best
Queen.
friend. Let's talk about that striking difference in appearance, and how such a friendship came to be on the pages of your book.
Okay, so Queen is the opposite. She's beautiful, successful, she's got the figure eight and everything, but at some point, the insecurities kicked in because she wants to maintain that figure. She wants to keep on looking that way. Our problem is that she's the definition of the too much. The too much on social media pressure. Social media pressure kicks in when we want to, there's something Elon Musk said about Instagram. Yeah, he said Instagram makes you post only the perfect side of your life, and to somebody that lives in an illusion, you believe that that is how people live every day, like that's how they look. Meanwhile, it's just a facade. Like, people do not look that good every day. It's not true. And I think I might have to like jump in on a particular other character that has had a particular image of what a woman should look based on what he has seen on social media. So I don't know if I've gone too fast.
Definitely not gone too fast. I have to say, you've actually hit the nail on the head in so many ways. I've just been of the mindset that
Okay. Oh, I guess it's the network. All right. So I guess it's the network. This is actually a very big opportunity for me. I'm really excited to talk about this book because it has been a problem to many people. I see a lot of Botox surgeries, and okay, thank you,
okay, I
Star.
think I lost you for a
Yeah,
few seconds there. I
yeah,
lost the
yeah,
internet. I lost power for a few seconds, but you're still with us. We're still live, I believe.
yeah.
All right. So where did you last? What did you hear from me last? I was talking a bit about this issue of the friends we bring into our own space, our own environment, sometimes mirroring who we would like to be. Did you ever
Mm.
think about that with the characters you put on the paper?
Okay. I made a statement in one of the chapters that social media isn't so social. Like, you can have millions of followers and no friends. So I think that was the problem with the person, the queen, that lady, the character queen. She had a lot of followers and she did not have friends. So it was really a problem for her when she was in a downtime, struggling, about to commit suicide, and all of that. So she focused on building followers. This is another part of the too much that people do. They don't know when they start to lose touch with real life, and they build a social media life that is very fake, that is just the moment you make a mistake on social media, they are the same people that would drag you. They would drag you to pieces, but they are not real friends. So
Mm.
I think that's just the peer pressure in this, because she did not have real friends. All she had was her PA, somebody to her video editors. And I must talk about this part because I see a lot of videos online, and I look into the pictures really, and I see how the video editors made the waist look very tiny, made the
Mm.
hips look bigger, and you can see the walls shifting in those videos. And it's really so funny. Like, who are you deceiving? We are not even bothered by this. We have many more problems in Nigeria. So
Mm.
yeah, just
I think it's amazing that you highlighted that, bringing it into 2024, where the impact that social media is making on our lives, our social media lives and lifestyle, is just so incredible. The impact it's having on the generation we find ourselves in now is also incredible. But let's talk a little bit about your book. Maybe let's go chapter by chapter. What do you think? So we
All right.
basically focused on the friendship, the contrast between Dala and Queen in the first chapter. By chapter
Okay.
two, there's a little bit of pressure when it comes to marriage and societal expectations. So you want to
Mhm.
touch on that? You want to touch on
Okay.
that? Marriage
Okay.
wise.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yes. The pressure, like they say, the pressure is getting worse, and um, African mothers. I wrote here in one of the at the end of chapter two. I added poetry because I really love poetry, so I added poetry to my prose to just make
Mm.
it a combination of what I really love. And um, there's this part that
Okay.
says
What?
I would like to read it out. Page
Go ahead.
number 20 29. Page number 29.
Okay, go
Okay.
ahead.
Okay, it says, let the singles breathe. Tell it to the gods, not African mothers. But
Mm.
don't let the pressure sit, else to your destiny you'll commit a murder. So it's
Mm.
very possible that because of pressure to get married, or the biological clock is ticking. She's already 29. That's why my character is 29, because that's when the pressure gets a lot intense. Oh, you're 29, you'll soon be 30. You won't look beautiful anymore. I think this is actually the idea behind Botox, because they don't want to have wrinkles. They don't want to look old. They don't want to age. There's a lot of effort in doing that. Maybe that's what's going to bring men and stuff like that. And for someone like Dala, there's a part of the book that talks about, if you were given a certain amount of money, would you change this about yourself? Would you do this about yourself just to get attention? That pressure drove her into going on an online dating site and doing stuff that she would not normally do. So our mothers actually our parents generally play a very huge role in making you calm down as a youth. Like, I'm a person. I'm a person. That's actually a book I'm working on. The title is funny. Now single, I single, I know keep person. So it's actually a long title, but
I
I
like.
really would want to write something like that because there's a lot of pressure.
Mm. Mm. Chapter two is on marriage, societal pressure, and these pressures sort of impact her self perception, her choices, and what
Okay.
message she well, in the end, the message you're conveying to readers. Do you think you actually hit home with that? Do you think you actually were able to impact people? Because they say your story or your program is only a complete success if you have reinforced a particular ideology or reversed one. So, do you think you were able to reinforce one or reverse one?
Okay, I think I did both, reversed and reinforced, because I got a review from somebody that talked. She said she already planned that when she grows up, she's going to have a surgery. She's going to do something to her body to modify it, to change it. Like, she feels, funny thing, like, what this person lacks, this other person wants it. There's breast reduction surgery. There's now breast implants. All of those things, all of those craziness. I'm actually against it. So it's what I was trying to reinforce in the book, that you are actually beautiful the way you are. And this was expressed in the character Dala, because she found herself, and when she found herself, she started to rise to the peak. She just started to rise in her career and in other areas. So self discovery is like, I it was emphasized in this book, because you, unless you see the image of yourself, that is when you will not believe what another person tells you. If you've seen yourself and you see, oh, I am, maybe I'm dark skinned, and I step out and someone says I'm white skinned, I can't believe you because I've seen myself. So that's what this book is about. When she found herself, she was able to thrive in life as well as Queen. Although the approach for Queen is different. Queen had to go through some social media detox, I'll call it that. Yeah.
Detoxification.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. Staying offline for just a few hours is actually kind of healthy, if you ask me.
Yeah, it
If you ask
is.
me.
It
And
is.
maybe if you can do 24 hours, if you can do 24 hours, I think you're good to go.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So I know that we're taking it bit by bit, and I appreciate you breaking it down. Sorry, can I take 1 second to just yell at my kids? Just 1 second.
Okay.
Okay, I'm back.
All right.
All right then. So I want to take it from where it went from there. Societal pressures and standards. In chapter 4, Dala actually took an extreme measure. She took something, right? What was it she
Okay.
took? And, what message do you hope to convey about self-acceptance when it comes to what she took?
Okay, chapter 4. That was when she went on the dating site and she used AI. I don't know if you remember when this AI picture stuff was trending, that people could just post their picture on a website and it would just help them get pictures of different lovely backgrounds of like a body image that is not real. Like I saw very, very funny AI pictures of people that were fake. So she took something else. She took an identity that wasn't ours and she
Hmm.
posted it online. She wanted to be accepted by the supposed suitor that has a lot of mental issues. That person was a very funny character, by the way. So the thing about social media sometimes is about what I ordered versus what I got. Because when you meet some people physically, you'll be like, ow, like I'm trying to connect the faces. I'm trying to connect. So there are people that are still very beautiful online and offline. They look great and all of that. But there's a lot of, there's just this um, deception. So she took deception as her identity, and it ended in tears. So
Hmm. It ended in tears. I know you don't want to let the cat out of the bag so that people can go buy the book.
yeah,
And I think it's available on seller.co, yes?
yes, yes, it is.
Available on Seller. Now, once again, if you're just tuning in, this is the On Air Book Club. My name is Titilayo Oyi. So our author today is Omolayo Olufayo. She is the author of the book Too Much. Now, if you're just watching and you're trying to understand a little bit more about what this book is about, essentially some amazing themes have been highlighted here. It dives into various areas, um, deep insecurities, personality, self image struggles, bullying, and self acceptance. The quest for self acceptance are all highlighted in this particular book. Our protagonist Darla and her best friend Queen go on an interesting journey, and they have very strikingly different appearances. And the author here has been letting us into how she basically came about these two amazing characters and this story. And she's highlighted quite a bit about how social media has impacted how we think about ourselves today. We just mentioned now that Dala took some very extreme measures here by actually taking an AI image of herself and passing it off as her own somewhere in the book. And when you look at the psychological toll of these external beauty ideals, um, do you believe your story had a perfect ending? I'm not telling people what ending was. Your
Okay,
story
so
had a perfect ending because The average person has sort of accepted that,
Mm.
has sort of accepted that this is how life is. This is what society has dealt them with. And okay, we have a few comments here coming in. We have some comments coming in from YouTube. The female body and the discursive imageries of beauty. That's from Ruti Studio. Okay, Omolayo, you have a fan there cheering for you. In case you
Oh,
can see, can you see the chats there? Can you see them? We also
okay.
have some comments here. Now, single, I single, I no keep person. I love that one. That is an amazing name. I think you should go register that name on time. In fact, please,
All right.
uh,
All right.
go go lock it down. But please keep the
I
comments coming.
shouldn't have said it out.
Well, well. But I don't think it's too late. I would just like to encourage people to, keep the comments coming in, keep the messages coming to encourage Omolayo further. We still have quite a lot to talk about on the On Air Book Club. I'm going to go a little bit deeper though, because
Okay.
there's a lot of complexities involved here. So many complexities. There's expectations, especially from parents, but then Omolayo, or rather, sorry, not Omolayo, Dala is gifted. She's actually an intellectual person. She had a nickname, a very cruel nickname. Okay, I'm going to tell them the nickname. Pelebe. Pelebe.
Okay.
Because she had this really slim frame, slim figure, and a lot of us grew up with different nicknames like that, and in the end, it did exacerbate the kind of the feelings of inadequacy that we had along the line. Now, I'm just hopeful that we can dig a little bit deeper into that area of things. Omola, are you there?
Yeah, I think I have a little bit of an issue here. I'm
Okay,
trying
you're
to I'm trying
okay.
to fix my camera.
No problem. But we can hear you loud and clear. We can hear you loud and clear. I'm taking the chats off the screen for a second. Maybe that will help. Let's see.
Okay.
All right. Well, we can still hear you loud and clear. Can you just keep talking to us while you're
All right.
fixing?
All right. All right
Um,
then.
let's talk a little bit about how bullying and nicknames, for instance, sort of exacerbate our feelings, especially as young people in school. There's probably someone watching or listening now that has a young person in their life, who's in maybe in secondary school or in maybe a higher institution and is wondering, how to deal with this situation. What advice do you have for them based on the research you did when preparing for publishing your book?
Okay. The idea of nicknames is like something that stuck with us as Nigerians. We just call someone a name and we just think we made a joke. People laugh about it. People laugh about it, and it seems like something normal. But it has an adverse effect on the hearer. So I would say this that pejorative language. I'm actually doing a study on pejoration as like words that really affect individual image, perception, psychology, words that have really, really affected people's confidence. I would say that the book actually addresses this, especially when you hold some people in high esteem and they suddenly call you such names. For example, maybe your dad or your mom or somebody that you really respect. So if they should call you something like that, you'd accept it, especially in the formative years of a child.
Mm.
So when a child starts to hear maybe themselves being called Olodo or
Mm.
Orobo, this and that, calling children names jokingly, it really, really has an effect on the child. So
Honestly, I completely agree with you, to be honest. And I think it's something that we as a society have sort of come to accept and allow to continue a bit too much. But the story we're talking about today is a deep one, but it's one that mirrors different facets of society, and your characters they've provided a really rich backdrop for personality struggles that so many people are going through. Even as much as going to her workplace, Dala's workplace, she had a colleague in the workplace that also, I think her name was Trisha,
Yeah.
you know, that used to antagonize her at work. Um, Her own younger sister, Mabel, also gave her some drama, because this is it's such a real story, and it's such a rich overview of exactly how invested we are in how we look, how we feel about ourselves. And
Hmm.
Dala's story is a story of self-discovery. I have to say thank you to you for talking to us about your book today, Omalayo. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, for having me. I must say that you're really encouraging us young people. Thank you for being an inspiration.
Oh no, I think I'm more inspired by you and this story, because it's just so real, and it connects with every personality. If you visit seller.co, that's seller.co, and you search for Too Much, the novel Too Much, you will be able to find this book. I wish I could get the link up for you right now. I didn't get it prepared earlier, I'm afraid. I'm so sorry. But seller.co is where you can find this book to purchase. And trust me, it is one you will not regret reading. And if you have a young person in your environment, somewhere close to you, in your community, or even in your home, it might be a book you want them to read.
Yeah.
Olufayo, I have to say thank you to you once again for joining us on the On Air Book Club today. Thank
Thank you
you.
so much. Thank you.
And if you are someone that wants to maybe have us talk about a particular book on the On Air Book Club, it's really easy. All you have to do is send us an email. That's Dynamite Podcast Network at gmail.com. Dynamite Podcast Network at gmail.com. And we will find a slot for you, and maybe check out your book as well. Now, I'm going to be back online with one on one, and also with the Blockchain Mastery podcast sometime very, very soon. You need to make sure you subscribe to this channel, hit the notification bell so that you get updates as to when we go live next. We are also looking out for people that would like to produce their own podcasts. And if you need help with that, we have a large bouquet of producers, editors, artists, so many people that can help you on your journey to creating your own podcast right here on the Dynamite Podcast Network. All right, then, until we come your way next time, make sure you read and then proceed to read some more. Bye bye.